Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this week's masterclass. Thank you so much for joining us. Just a reminder before we start that we're doing these sessions every 2 weeks on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. UK time. So feel free to join us anytime you want. And be sure to follow us on social media because we post information about all of our upcoming events there. So for today, our guest is Pamela Mallah. She's an LSDM alumna from our Masters in Marketing program. Pamela is working as a marketing account manager and also as a business development specialist for a US company. For today's session, we'll be discussing the topic, the effect of brand image on consumers' buying decisions. At the end, we'll open the session for a quick Q&A. So if you want, you can write your questions in the chat during the presentations, and we'll read them at the end. So thank you, everybody, for being here, and a special thanks to you, Pamela, for accepting our invitation and for joining us today.
Thank you. So hello, everyone, and thank you for being part of this masterclass. So I see there's a lot of Lebanese out here, and I'm so happy to see you here because the topic is mainly about Lebanon. So I recently graduated with my master's degree with distinction from LSDM, and I'm so happy and proud to be LSDM alumni. So let's start. The topic is about the effect of brand image on consumer buying decisions, more precisely the case of Chateau Ksara wine brand in Lebanon. So this topic is of importance to everyone since we're all consumers in our daily lives, aren't we? So mainly we'll examine the relationship between brand image and consumer behavior. We'll evaluate the influence of brands on wine consumption. This study also attempts to look into how consumer choice in Lebanon is influenced by the perception of Chateau Ksara wine brand, even through the recession that the country is passing through. So mainly my study follows a blend of both primary and secondary research next to the mixed methods. For the primary research, I've conducted an interview with Chateau Ksara chairman. For the secondary research, I've utilized the secondary data from various online sources next to Chateau Ksara's website. And for the mixed methods, I've conducted a survey and will analyze after a while the qualitative and quantitative data of this survey. So we'll dive into the key terms definition, get a general view about the Lebanese wine market, and specifically Chateau Ksara brand. We'll examine the survey conducted, and I'll suggest revised marketing strategies for Chateau Ksara. Did you know Coke is just soda? Tylenol is just acetaminophen. Levi's are just jeans. Simply said, Bitcoin is cryptocurrency. However, customers go out of their way to choose these particular brands over others. Now, what is a brand? Old Norse brander, which means to burn, is where the term brand originated. A brand is the total of all consumer perceptions, associations, descriptions, concepts, and promises about a good or even a service. After customers, brands are ranked as the company's second most valuable assets. So if we want to hybridize the definition, a brand is a product plus, which is an extra for a product. Now, what is a brand image? Brand image is a set of consumer beliefs about a particular brand. A good or positive brand image is the one that can have an added value impact on consumers and which will definitely create brand trust and brand loyalty. Brand image has a major impact on the consumer's buying behavior. If the brand image is positive, then the consumer behavior towards the brand is also positive. So if we want to take the holistic view of the brand image, it creates the positioning of the brand. Consumer purchasing decisions. So who are the consumers? Consumers are individuals who have made the purchase and are aware of the brand's reputation. Consumer purchasing decision is the procedure that begins once a person detects a need, looks for alternatives, weigh them, and finally chooses a particular good or service. Consumers make a purchase decision based on what they have purchased before. Therefore, brand image can influence consumers' buying decision to directly provoke a decision response again. The consumer purchasing funnel was described by John Dewey in 1910. And he describes this funnel as a 5-stage decision process, with stage number 1 being recognition of a need, information search, evaluation of alternatives, purchase decision, and post-purchase evaluation. A strong brand image will influence consumers in a way that when a need occurs, they will miss step number 2 and 3, and they will directly do the actual buy. So let's say my toothpaste had finished. So I want to go and buy a new toothpaste. And when the recognition of the need arises, I will directly go and buy again the same toothpaste. And similar to a wine brand, let's say I'm going to buy a wine brand. When the recognition of the need arises, I directly go and buy the brand that I usually buy because I believe that this brand image is my favorite, let's say. The Lebanese market. The Lebanese market is known for its F&B industry. Unfortunately, the year 2020 in Lebanon saw upcoming uprising economic recession, which is still going on, COVID-19 pandemic, and catastrophic explosion on August 4 in the port of Beirut. But let's see the positive side of Lebanon. The Lebanese people are resilient, determined, and optimistic. The Lebanese wine market is known to be as a trade surplus, where most of the Lebanese wine are exported to the UK, USA, France, Canada, and UAE. The largest wine producers in Lebanon are Chateau Ksara, Kithreya, Musar, and Saint-Thomas. In terms of production, these 4 companies account for almost 70% of the entire wine market, which is composed of 40 wineries. And this proves that the wine market in Lebanon is of oligopolistic market, where only 4 companies dominate the whole market. Now, Chateau Ksara. Chateau Ksara was founded in 1857. It is one of the oldest wineries in Lebanon, and Chateau Ksara has the highest market share. What are the strengths of Chateau Ksara? Positive brand image, ample financial resources, diverse product portfolio, highest market share, strong relationship with existing suppliers, and Ksara's historical touristic cave, which is located in Bekaa, Lebanon. Weaknesses. Ksara's social media pages are less active than those of the competitors, and only some of the staff are comfortable with modern technologies. Harvesting is still done in a very traditional way. Ksara's most important personnel are leaving the company and the country, unfortunately, because of the recession that the country is passing through. And Ksara has about 40% of its workforce above the age of 60. This number is so high, but according to the CEO of Chateau Ksara, they don't lay off anybody. And therefore, this 40% is like a high number. Going to the opportunities, Chateau Ksara has an opportunity to include an application as a new web channel, the internet shopping trend, product development, for example, champagne production in case of Chateau Ksara, development of new technologies for harvesting, and advances in artificial intelligence, which is the AI. Threats, additional lockdowns in the future, substitute for wine, economic recession, difficulty in attracting skilled talent due to the market shortage of skilled workers, and missing out the VR and AR features and risking competitors in implementing them. The survey implemented was made up of the mixed method technique, where we will analyze the qualitative and quantitative data. The purpose of this survey was to analyze whether the brand image has an effect on consumer purchasing behavior, namely in terms of wine in Lebanon, and specifically in case of Chateau Ksara. The survey implemented was created on Google Forms and sent out on various social media platforms. It targeted Lebanese people above the age of 18, which is the legal drinking age in Lebanon, and was available online for 10 days. It was composed of 22 survey questions, and it was pilot tested by my work colleagues before being used to gather data. At the end, 237 responses were then analyzed. The survey outcomes. Generally, my main incentive for choosing a certain bottle of wine. The result was that the majority voted based on reputation and brand name. This shows that the Lebanese consumers prioritize brand names over all other incentives when making wine purchases, even through the recession that the country is passing through. This shows that the Lebanese are not price sensitive at all. Where do you usually consume wine? The majority voted for restaurants. However, I believe bars and clubs must be a targeted niche for Chateau Ksara. Which of the following Lebanese wine would you pick if you had to? 71% voted for Chateau Ksara. 11% voted for Chateau Kefraya. 11% voted for Iksir, and the rest. What initially connected you to Ksara? The majority voted for packaging and labeling. This highlights the importance of branding and attracting new potential customers. Again, going back to the people who voted for Chateau Ksara, which is 71%, how would you describe Ksara to friends? 73% voted for wine leader. This proves that the participants that didn't choose Ksara as their favorite bottle in the top admitted that Ksara is the wine leader in the market. And this proves the importance of a strong brand image towards positioning. Again, 71% who voted for Chateau Ksara considered themselves as loyal customers, 60% only. So 60% out of 71% who voted for Chateau Ksara are loyal to Ksara. Surprisingly, that's not a high number compared to the people who voted for Ksara, and therefore Ksara must revise its marketing strategies in order to enhance consumers' loyalty. And how this could be done, I've suggested revised marketing strategies in order to boost customers' loyalty. First, we'll go into marketing mix. For product, I've suggested using value co-creation, which is the sense of personalization through designing bottles. Place, Ksara must focus more on pubs and nightclubs by creating offline activations. And it's there where they will engage with their audience. Price, psychological pricing, which will raise the perceived value of items. Promotion, reward programs, for example, where loyalty card points are to be redeemed. Process, post-purchase services for regular client feedback, giving advice and building stronger relationship. This will definitely enhance the relationship between the customer and the brand. People, organization ownership, where the employees' equity ownership is given to enhance employee loyalty. And as I just stated, that the majority of the employees are leaving Ksara and the company. If they are given the equity ownership, this will definitely decrease the percentage of them leaving. Packaging, experiential marketing, which is the new trend nowadays, where customers can design their package on the website by editing codes, names, and songs on the package itself. Advanced SWOT analysis. It's how to increase strength to increase opportunities, decrease weakness to increase opportunities, increasing strength to decrease threats, and decreases weaknesses to decrease threats. How to increase the strength of Chateau Ksara in order to increase the opportunities. Champagne production is made simpler by Ksara's close relationship with its wine suppliers, especially given that sparkling wine uses identical wine raw materials. And here we can say that according to Ansoff Matrix, Chateau Ksara could implement product development, which is the production of champagne, which is a new product, to an existing market. And here I meant by Lebanon. And on the long term, Xara could diversify into a new product, which is champagne, let's say, into a new market, which is a new country, for example. How to decrease weaknesses in order to increase opportunities. Xara can benefit from their elderly employees by stronger online presence. And by this, I meant by sharing their successful career stories on Xara's social media platforms and wine bottles even. And second example is by creating podcasts, which is also the newest trend nowadays on social media, about their career experience at Chateau Xara. How to increase strength to decrease threats. The VR and AR, the virtual reality and augmented reality, is currently unavailable in Lebanon and not yet implemented by competitors. And therefore, this will definitely give Xara the first mover advantage. So for visitors to be able to experience the grape harvesting process, they would be given a VR headset at Chateau Xara's cave. And a second example would be by allowing clients to digitally tour Xara's cave on their website. Xara must use an augmented reality feature on the website itself. And finally, how to decrease weakness in order to decrease threats. Since the pandemic started, many activities have shifted online, including wine tasting, wine food combination, and webinars. Xara could create those experiential marketing tactics to boost customer loyalty and engagement anywhere. Thank you for your time. Have a warm winter and back to school season.
Thank you, Pamela. Thank you for your presentation. I'm seeing a lot of comments here. Very interesting topic and brings lots of nostalgia. Good luck in your career. Thank you so much for your presentation. We'll now open the session for a few questions or a few comments. If anyone wants to participate, you can just open your mics or you can type them in the chat if you want. In the meantime, I can ask a few questions while we wait. So one of the main difficulties based on past testimonies from our alumni is to set the theme or the topic for the final project. How was it for you? How did you decide to choose this topic for your project?
As I just stated, the Lebanese mainly are all brand lovers. So according to my personal experience, I love brands. So I've decided to highlight the importance of brands and their image on the consumer's behavior and how important is the brand image in choosing between different alternatives and for doing the purchasing decision again. And therefore, I decided to go into the Chateau Xara brand, which is a Lebanese brand where we are all proud of. So I wanted to shed light on this company. And I want to say that it's so important to pick a topic you're passionate about because you write this thesis with passion and with happiness and excitement. Not to mention that this thesis you'll need like around a year to finalize it. So you should definitely be passionate about.
Yes. And what did you think were your main difficulties during during the making of this project?
Yes, so mainly I've chosen the primary, secondary, and mixed method techniques. And for the primary, I've decided to do an interview with Chateau Xara's chairman. And that was the most hard task to do because the CEO is not always present in Lebanon. And so the appointment was always rescheduled. And once we had the interview, he really helped me with the information about Xara. But again, confidential information about the company could not be given for anybody. So that was also a hard part.
Yeah. So you have a connection with someone with the company. Did you share with them your findings, your strategy ideas? Do you know if there's a plan for them to implement some of them?
I've already shared this presentation with them, and they will definitely consider this, the two revised marketing strategies that I have suggested in their next year plan.
That's great. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone has any questions. I think, oh, okay, Melissa, you can go ahead.
Everyone, I'm unmuting just to ask the question. Pamela, this is a great presentation. Thank you for sharing your insights with us. I have a question. So in today's world, we are seeing a lot of fast fashion and great consumerism for things that are cheaper, for things that are, maybe less like not that fine. So do you think this could be generalized across all products, or it's just in some products and not all the rest? So what's your take on fast fashion versus like supreme quality and brands? Thank you.
Okay, so this really depends on everyone's like choice, if he's going to quality or not. So I believe that the premium branded brands are definitely my favorite, because one, they will long last, so you'll like benefit from those products for a longer term, and two, the quality would be definitely worth showing and worth putting it on. And so, yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Thank you. I don't know if anyone has any questions, any comments that they want to ask to Pamela. If not, I can ask one more question. Do you have any special advice or any message to your colleagues or to the students that are now starting their course with us?
Yes, definitely. First, I'm so happy that I have graduated with this university. First, I want to talk that how flexible it was to work and study at the same time. That was like my main concern. Yeah, that's number one. Number two, LSDM is accredited by USA, which is a well-known also university. So you'd be like super happy and confident to enroll in this university. And three, I want to say that once I've added LSDM to my resume, I've got many opportunities, work opportunities. To start with, I've got promoted to a marketing account manager here in Lebanon. It's a marketing agency where I work with. So I got promoted directly. I started with them a year and a half ago. And I want to share that recently I've started also working with a US company as a business development specialist. And of course, LSDM certificate played a major role in the position itself and in the salary. So yes, definitely, I recommend everyone to enroll in LSDM, and I'm happy to share my experience or any comments, any feedback. If you want, you can contact me, and I can give like my extra comment about LSDM.
Thank you so much. That's amazing, Pamela. Thank you so much. I don't know if anyone wants to participate. If not, I think we can end the session here. I want to thank everyone for being here with us this afternoon. And I want to thank you once again, Pamela, for accepting our invitation and sharing your work with us. And to everyone, I hope to see you again soon, perhaps in another masterclass. I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye to everyone.
Bye-bye.